Hi, it's Lou from Christian Faith and Fiction. Today I want to share with you the second part of the award-winning Christian contemporary books. These are books that have been listed as contemporary and have won awards within the last 10 years. If you missed the first part, then I'll link that down in the description along with the playlist for all the award-winning Christian fiction books that I've made videos for. I haven't read any of these books myself, so let me know down in the comments if you have and if you can recommend them, and also let me know if any of them sound interesting to you to read in the future. Looking Into You by Fabry won a Christie Award in 2017. Every day, Paige Redwine is haunted by a choice she made when she was only 17. Now just past 40, still single, she lives a tidy, controlled life as a well-respected English professor at a college in Nashville. Nothing can prepare her for the day Treha Langsam, the daughter she secretly placed for adoption, walks into her classroom as a student, unknowingly confronting Paige with both her greatest longing and her greatest fear. The Promise of Jess Woods by Fabry won a Christie Award in 2017. The summer of 1972 was the most pivotal of Matt Plumlee's childhood. While his beloved Pirates battle for back-to-back World Series titles, Matt's family moves from Pittsburgh to Dogwood, West Virginia, where his father steps into the pulpit of a church under the thumb of town leader Basil Blackwood. A fish out of water, Matt is relieved to forge a fast bond with two unlikely friends, Dickie Darrell Lee Hancock, a mixed-race boy, and Jessie Woods, a tough-as-nails girl with a sister on her hip and no dad in sight. The Seakeeper's Daughters by Lisa Wingate won a Christie Award in 2016. From modern-day Roanoke Island to the sweeping backdrop of North Carolina's Blue Ridge Mountains and Roosevelt's WPA folklore writers, past and present intertwine to create an unexpected destiny. Restaurant owner Whitney Monroe is desperate to save her business from a hostile takeover. The inheritance of a decaying Gilded Age hotel in North Carolina's Outer Banks may provide just the ray of hope she needs. But things in the Excelsior are more complicated than they seem. Whitney's estranged stepfather is entrenched on the third floor, and the downstairs tenants are determined to save the historic building. Searching through years of stored family heirlooms may be Whitney's only hope of quick cash. But will the discovery of an old necklace and a Depression-era love story change everything? The Art of Losing Yourself by Katie Ganshert won a Carol Award in 2016. Just like in my dream, I was drowning and nobody even noticed. Every morning, Carmen Hart pastes on her made-for-TV smile and broadcasts the weather. She's the Florida Panhandle's favourite meteorologist, married to everyone's favourite high school football coach. They're the perfect-looking couple, live in a nice house and attend church on Sundays. From the outside, she's a woman who has it all together, but on the inside, Carmen Hart struggles with doubt. She wonders if she made a mistake when she married her husband. She wonders if God is as powerful as she once believed. Sometimes she wonders if he exists at all. After years of secret losses and empty arms, she's not sure anymore. Jaded by Varina Denman won an INSPI Award in 2016. Ruthie Turner resents the Christians in her small Texas town, but when she falls for the new preacher, she must release her bitterness and learn to love. On the surface, nothing seems to change in this dull town, yet God works beneath the surface. The Storykeeper by Lisa Wingate won a Christie Award and a Carol Award in 2015. When successful New York editor Jen Gibbs discovers a decaying slush pile manuscript on her desk, she has no idea that the story of Sarah, a young mixed-race woman trapped in Appalachia at the turn of the 20th century, will both take her on a journey and change her forever. Happy with her life in the city and at the top of her career with a new job at Vida House Publishing, Jen has left her Appalachian past and twisted family ties far behind. But the search for the rest of the manuscript and Jen's suspicions about the identity of its unnamed author will draw her into a mystery that leads her back to the heart of the Blue Ridge Mountains. Stones for Bread by Christa Parrish won a Christie Award in 2014. What do you do when the gift you thought was bread turns out to be stones? Liesl McNamara's Wild Rise is not only a popular bakehouse and a cafe in Vermont, it's an extension of herself. Liesl is an artisan bread maker, like her mother and grandmother before her, even though she lost her mother to suicide when she was 11, and she keeps this maternal bond alive as she bakes. Liesl prides herself on living an uncomplicated, unattached life, but that changes when Seamus walks through the door of Wild Rise, lugging the large bags of whole wheat flour from the local food co-op. He and his daughter Cecilia have recently moved to the country seeking simplicity. Despite her best effort, Liesl becomes attracted to this teddy bear of a man who laughs easily and eats strange sandwich concoctions on her bread, much to her dismay. So that one sounds like it has quite a strong romance in that book. Wings of Glass by Gina Holmes won an Inspy Award in 2014. On the cusp of adulthood, 18-year-old Penny Carson is swept off her feet by a handsome farmhand with a confident swagger, though Trent Taylor seems like Prince Charming and offers an escape from her one-stop sign town. Penny's happily ever after lasts no longer than their breakneck courtship. Before the ink even dries on their marriage certificate, he hits her for the first time. It isn't the last, yet the bruises that can't be seen are the most painful of all. When Trent is injured in a welding accident and his paycheck stops, he has no choice but to finally allow Penny to take a job cleaning houses. Here she meets two women from very different worlds who will teach her to live and laugh again and lend her their backbones just long enough for her to find her own. Not in the Heart by Fabry won a Christie Award in 2013. Truman Wiley used to report news stories from around the world, but now the most troubling headlines are his own. He's out of work, out of touch with his family, out of his home, but nothing dogs him more than his son's failing heart. With mounting hospital bills and Truman's penchant for gambling his savings, the situation seems hopeless, until his estranged wife throws him a lifeline, the chance to write the story of a death row inmate, a man convicted of murder who wants to donate his heart to Truman's son. Heart Echoes by Sally John won a Carol Award in 2013. This is book 3 in the Side Roads series. In the aftermath of a massive Los Angeles earthquake, the perfect existence Teal Morgan Adams has built begins to crumble. Teal's daughter, Maya, is determined to learn the identity of her biological father, despite the loving devotion of her stepdad, River Adams. But that's a secret Teal hoped would remain buried forever. She has never shared the truth with anyone, not her family, not River, not even Maya's father. Wildflowers from Winter by Katie Ganshert won a Carol Award in 2013. Like the winter, grief has a season. Life returns with the spring. A young architect is at a prestigious Chicago firm. Bethany Quinn has built the life she dreamed of during her teen years in a trailer park. Her unexpected interruption from her estranged mother reveals that tragedy has struck in her hometown, and a reluctant Bethany is called back to rural Iowa. Determined to pay her respects to her past while avoiding any emotional entanglements, she vows not to stay long, but the unexpected inheritance of 500 acres of farmland and a startling turn of events in Chicago forces Bethany to come up with a new plan. Handsome farmhand Evan Price has taken care of the Quinn farm for years. When Bethany has left the land, Evan must fight her decisions to realize his dreams. But even as he disagrees with Bethany's vision, Evan feels drawn to her and the pain she keeps so carefully locked away. And finally, Promises to Keep by Anne Tatlock won a Christie Award in 2012. 11-year-old Rosalind Anthony, and her family have just moved to Mills River, Illinois, to escape an abusive situation. Only days after settling into their new home, they are surprised to find the previous owner, Tilly Monroe, on their front porch reading the newspaper. Though her sons have sold the house and sent her to a facility for the aged, she is determined to die in the place she lived her life and somehow manages to find her way home, day after day. Feeling sympathy for the elderly woman, Roz's mother allows Tilly to move back in. Mara Nightingale becomes Roz's first friend in Mills River. In spite of their many differences, the girls discover they have something in common that binds them together. Both are hiding secrets, so they make a promise, cross my heart and hope to die, never to tell anyone else. So those are some contemporary books that have won awards in the last 10 years. The contemporary genre is kind of vague. Some of them may have some romance in, but it seems like they're more character-driven novels rather than, say, a contemporary suspense or a contemporary romance. As I said at the beginning, let me know if you have read any of these books and what you thought of them, and if you would like to read any of them in the future. I hope you're having a great reading month, and until next time, God bless. Bye!